The views expressed on this holiday podcast special are those of the podcasters, any guests, and do not reflect any of the management, employees, sponsorships, or affiliates of thereof.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Do you ever feel alone during the holidays? I've been there before, and it's not a fun place to be, which is why I wanted to create a special for somebody like me back in the day. I just wish I had a listening ear, or maybe even heard stories that brightened up my time or my mood. I wanted that. So here's my gift to you. This is 12 Days of Christmas with me, DreRawka. I got some of my closest friends, and we talk Christmas. We talk about their favorite traditions and new ones as well. I hope you enjoy, and a very Merry Christmas from me to you.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Listen daily with my dad and his friends for 12 Days of Christmas. Only here on Unrestricted.
Welcome back. Podsmas. Podsmas is back.
Oh, it's here finally.
It is here. The holiday you hate.
I don't
but
hate
I
it.
love.
I don't hate it.
I'm starting the narrative that you do.
Yeah. I know last year, like, why do you hate Christmas? I guess if that's the thing, then I fucking do. I don't know.
I gotta apologize. I was gonna grab us some Griswolds.
Oh, it's okay. I was too, but work was busy today.
Same here.
Yeah.
And traffic sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Traffic sucks. And it's wet outside. This is like the first rain that we've had in a minute. So
Yeah.
it's like, no, I'm not gonna just rush.
Yeah.
We can get Griswolds next time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I'm not gonna see you again.
Yeah, we have plenty
Knock
of
on
time.
wood.
Jesus. We have plenty of time before the real Christmas. When is this coming out? I should ask.
December 1st.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we've got. I mean, even with that happening, we still have time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get it last year though. You put me on. You were like, Dre.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying a nice Griswold. I only get to enjoy it, a couple times before the end of the year. And I went to Red Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And it was maybe a week before Thanksgiving. It was a week before Christmas. That's what it was. And I went to the one downtown with the back room. Felt real like a mission. So I go up to the front counter. I was like, hey, can I get some Griswold beer? And she was like, okay, yeah, you got to go into the back. Back where? There's no, like, where?
The back of the back?
She's like, just go onto the side of the building. You'll see a door. Just knock 3 times. Pound twice with your foot. Do a little twirl. Somebody will come and open the door. So I did a little secret code thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man, is there going to be the little side door? It was like, yo, big man, what's the code?
Yeah.
But no, it wasn't. They opened the door.
And they were just laughing at you. Look at this dumbass.
Matter of fact, they showed me the replay from the
Yeah.
security camera. Yeah, I was doing the robot. It's the Rock. So then I get in there, and they're like, "What do you need? What do you need?" Grabbing the little cardboard boxes,
Yeah.
getting ready to help me out. It's like Griswold, we're sold out, motherfucker.
Yeah.
My man's told me this is the joint.
Yeah. And it is. That's why it was sold out. And you never had
I
one?
never had it.
Man, yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I
They
told
have it
my
now.
wife.
Yeah. It's bomb. I love it. I had one last Thursday. Yeah. It's delicious.
Wish you would have brought it tonight.
I know. I should have.
It's all good.
I was at actual Red Rock though, like the restaurant.
How often do you go to like a restaurant? How often do you and wifey get out and go to like a nice restaurant?
Oh, very rarely.
Would you consider Red Rock a nice restaurant?
I would say that's like in the middle.
Okay.
Like where you actually go and sit down. Like you can order alcohol. Yeah. We go there maybe like once every other month. Nice restaurants though, like really nice. We very rarely do that anymore. Because then we have to have a babysitter. We just don't.
Let's tier these out. What's a low level restaurant, mid to like fine dining?
Low level. That sounds mean, but like I don't want to even say it's like a low level, but like have you heard of Jurassic Tacos?
Jurassic
It's
Tacos.
bomb. It's bomb. I guess there's maybe only one by my house in West Jordan. Not low level by any means, but it's like cheaper, and you can go there with kids and just like sit and eat. So
no alcohol though.
No.
Okay.
No, just like soda.
So low levels like no alcohol.
Yeah.
Some tacos, some burgers.
You're going to be able to get out of there like three people, my wife, my son, and I for like less than $30.
Okay.
Right? Then you got like that middle of the road where like I would consider Red Rock, you know, where you can get drinks, you can get some good appetizers, and it's never going to be less than like 60-something, 70-something bucks for the three of us.
Okay, so like 70 to maybe about $90.
Yeah, with tip.
Tip.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, you know, I don't know. I mean, Ruth's Chris. I don't know. After that, because if you're gonna go from like $90, you might as well just fucking spend $300.
Yeah.
You know,
Who cares where the bill's at?
Yeah, that's the anniversary type dinners. You know,
I haven't had those type of dinners lately.
Yeah,
I need to. That's one thing I want to be better about in 2024 is I want to have more dates.
Yeah,
with wifey. Obviously she deserves it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we deserve it. And I'm just
she deserves it.
Don't be a dick. I need to be better about that.
Yeah.
You know, when I hear you say, "Oh yeah, me and wifey gonna go do this dinner thing," I'm like, damn, I need to be better about that.
Well, it's hard too because number one, you need to have, you know, someone to watch the kids. You know, or kid in my version. But I don't know. And then like time gets away, and then like I don't know. With my son, he's so clingy right now too. Like
To who?
To both of us.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, more so his mom, but both of us. Like he wants to always be around us, and if we're going to do something, he gets sad and he's not involved. You know. And then you feel bad because I mean he's 5, but it's like, damn, he really wants to be around me. And you start thinking like, another 5-6 years, he's not going to want to be around me at all. So fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
You gotta have that personal time too.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, you just got to figure it out.
Do you pay grandparents?
My mother-in-law would never take money, but like I'd help them a lot with like, oh, this isn't working. Can you figure this out? Like
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, like they're gonna watch this. I know my mother-in-law is, and she's gonna laugh, but it's damn near every time I go over there. My mother-in-law will go, and I already know that means something's wrong with, you know, this or that. And then my father-in-law will say, hey, will you look at this? And I'm like, okay. So
gotta tune up their bikes.
Yeah, that, you know, I got them on like the Apple Music family
Gotcha.
plan, you know, so they can just stream their stuff without having to worry about figuring out how to actually pay for it.
When you're fixing their Apple playlist or whatever, or setting what up for them, are you judging their music?
Oh, no.
Are you like,
nah, my mother-in-law.
Sheryl Crow?
Nah, I don't even think my mother-in-law likes Sheryl Crow, or I know my father-in-law doesn't. Like, my mother-in-law is into like a lot of like trippy acid rock type stuff, like older, you know, like I don't even know if it would be acid, but like the Monkees and like, you know, funky stuff like that. And like newer stuff, she likes Tame Impala a lot. So my father-in-law is very stuck in his like late 70s, early to mid 80s music. And like he doesn't really listen to anything else ever.
I was listening to Whitesnake on the way here.
Ooh.
So, you know.
There you go. Yeah.
Just felt really depressed.
Yeah.
Here we go again on my own.
Bro, that what is that on The Fighter with Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale? Oh shit, that's that scene.
I haven't seen that movie in forever.
It's great. Yeah. Yep. It's a good one.
We're closing out 2023.
Can't believe it.
Taking a look back on Will Wonder's 2023. What are your thoughts?
Man, you know, I was thinking about this yesterday because it's been a very like, in one aspect it's been amazing, and the other aspect it's been really shitty. And like from a podcast perspective, I feel like it's gone really well. You know, I mean, you obviously were there and produced the live podcast. That was great. I mean, DJing, I DJ'd everything I wanted to, you know, and made like decent side money from that. But like from a perspective of my my back having the problem it had and still like trying to get through that, it's like that was really shitty and kind of it still is in a way, because like right now as I sit here, like depending on the day, like right now part of my foot's numb and I just can't feel it. So trying to get, because it really came out of nowhere too. Like if I'm going to be honest, like I would be like, oh, my back's kind of sore or whatever. But then all of a sudden it was like, oh, now you can't feel your foot and your whole left side's on fire. And by the way, your lower disc is like gone. you know, so that was shitty. But with that said, like, outside of that, I still have my health, you know. I'm almost back to normal, almost, right? It's probably going to take a couple more months. But, yeah, I don't know. The year as a whole, I felt like as a dad, everything was great. As a husband, you can always do better. Like, I can always do better. As a son, felt good, you know, to my parents, but podcast was solid. But it's just like, you always want to do more, but it's like, where do you find the time? You know, I'd graduated school, so that was dope.
Yeah.
So I got some more time back on that. So I don't know, like there are some wins, some losses. It's the life of goddamn bosses.
A great man once said.
Yeah.
You lost the podcast too? You left the Jazz Nation podcast?
I gained one and I lost it, and I gained it, and I don't even know if I left. It's just not
kinda fizzled
around.
out.
Yeah.
This would be the perfect time to have it back, man. I need to hear about this purple court.
Yeah.
I was so confused on the whole play-in tournament thing.
Mid-season tournament, yeah. It's really something to help, to hopefully have players play more rather than just having them sit on like back-to-backs or what have you, because they can end up getting fined too. But if they have this mid-season tournament, it's like, okay, you won this mid-season tournament, right? They get more money, they get bonuses, but to like, I mean, someone like Joel Embiid, is he going to care? You know, like 500,000 when you make 30 mil.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool.
That's the first thing that I thought of was like, they're paid to play basketball.
Yeah.
You have to incentivize them even more
to
play basketball?
I know, it's wild.
That makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, how about give that 500,000 between the production team?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or the in-game staff.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of stuff that I feel would be beneficial.
Right. Yeah, to the people, or even like, so I took my son to a game 3 weeks ago, I can't remember exactly. Magic Jazz, right?
Mm-hmm. Y'all got that win?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course we did. What are we talking about against the Utah Jazz? But even being there, like, because the tickets were cheap, right? I got up high because I was like, well, I'm not going to spend a lot of money if he just wants to leave or whatever. But like $10 a ticket, and then you know we get there, and of course we ate before, but we got to eat while we're there. He does. I didn't. So you get a hot dog,
$17.99.
Yeah, and you're like paying all this, and that's one kid, and then you get the 2 ice creams or what. I did have ice cream. I lied. I did have ice cream, but like you would think that these teams are making all this money. They can afford to lower prices for like the everyday family that's going to come to their games for food, for whatever, because they set those prices. It's not like Chick-fil-A goes in there and says, hey, at these games, we're going to charge this much more than we would charge at our regular store or whatever, And, I mean, you get organizations like the Falcons, Atlanta Falcons, like they're not great by any means, but that owner makes sure that a family of 3, 4, or 5 can go there and spend a minimal amount on food because he knows how much those tickets cost to go. So, like, how you talking about the in-season tournament and these players getting another $500,000 or the owner getting whatever? Like, I wish they would put that back into the people that come to these fucking games. It's pardon my language, but it's just crazy because I know so many families and I've been coaching my son's junior jazz team, and you see kids that their families don't have a good amount of money or even money to go to those games. And yeah, they give those tickets or whatever, but when those kids go to those games, then what? They sit there, they can't get a drink. Or if they go to the team store, they buy a shitty t-shirt for $40, it's going to shrink later on. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's got to be something that they do to get back to the community, to the people that support them. And I know that, Ryan Smith is trying and he's doing different things, putting the Jazz, on regular TV is one thing, but I think they need to do something about the in-game experience. Or in-arena, excuse me.
It's just ironic that the change happens when they're shitty.
Yeah.
Would this change have happened if they are a playoff contender?
Yeah.
If they're a Western Conference contender?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You wait. And maybe it's just perfect timing. Maybe it's just the timing of everything, right? It's a rebuild season. Let's rebuild everything.
Well, the interesting thing is he kind of copied what they did in Phoenix, because the Suns did that too, but the Suns have been pretty solid, So I don't know. I don't know what kind of ad revenue they get, like from whatever they had it on before. You know, you had to get like Fubo TV or whatever to watch them, or Direct TV. But now that's just on regular television. I'm sure they're not getting a ton, you know, but they make that up in other ways.
Yeah, have you tried the streaming platform?
Nah, no, I haven't.
I seen it on my what do we have? Roku. We have a Roku
Yeah,
TV.
yeah.
I seen the little symbol. It's like, damn, do I want to pay for this?
Yeah, it's like $18 or something a month.
I'm hardly ever home to watch television anyway,
Yeah.
so I'm like,
Yeah.
do I pay for it?
Yeah, I actually had the NBA League Pass the past 2 years, and I even said the same thing. I'm like, I just don't watch enough of them. And when I do, I'm like, I find myself just watching TNT.
Yeah.
Like, even though I'm a Magic fan, those games start at 5 o'clock here. And especially when I was in school, I'm like, well, I'm doing homework at that time. So I can watch them on the rewatch, but then I can also just watch the rewatch on YouTube, you know?
How is coaching your son? How do you like that? It's your first year coaching him in basketball?
Yeah, so my buddy Crosby, he coached last season, and his son and my son are the same age, so they played on the same team, and I would just assistant coach and help. So this time I coached, and Crosby was helping me, and then we're going to have another season in December that starts in December where we're going to kind of do the same thing, but he also coaches his older daughter's team. But, man, it's fun, dude. Like, it's fun because, like, you can see, like, the little bit of time you get with these kids to work on things, and, like, when something just kind of clicks, you know, and how excited they are that, like, either they made the basket or they made a shot or they got a rebound or they, like, got the ball and dribbled down the court, like, whatever. It's just really cool. I mean, everything through a kid's eyes is so much cooler because they're so innocent and they're not, like, you know, I don't know, jaded by everything. To where, like, as you get older, it's like, oh, you didn't make that cut properly. Like, right now, it's just cool, fun stuff. And just trying to teach them very basic things, you know, defensive stance. And when they play really good defense and the other kid goes out of bounds or dribbles it off their foot, and you're like, yeah. Then you also kind of feel bad for the kid that did that, like, you know.
Like they're 6.
Yeah. Yeah. But then you also have parents that, I mean, even at this age, they feel like things should be done differently. Or
What do you mean by that?
like what you're teaching isn't correct when I know it is. That's the thing that's frustrating.
You tell them class of 03, Taylorsville Warriors. What's up?
Hell, the Taylorsville, you are.
I mean, I'm Cypress.
Hi, my name is not Chris Hooper.
Y'all got
I
the
did
same
not go-
punk ass colors, so that blue. Well, you got the blue and yellow, right?
Gold,
Nah, same thing.
not yellow.
So are the Warriors.
No, that's like a yellow. That's like a no. L. But no, it's just like simple things, and I don't know. Like, I really, the kids are all really great. Like, they're a lot of fun, but you can see some parents are just like, well, I feel like they should do it. And it's like, these kids are 5. Like, you have to teach them in, like, very small, you know, digestible ways. You can't just be like, this is everything you need to do, you know. But it's fun, and hopefully I can just continue to do that, like, as my son gets older, up until it makes sense for him to have, you know, somebody else coach him. I mean, me and Crosby have been talking about it since these 2 were born. Okay, well, the AAU team's going to look a little like this.
That was gonna be my next question: is if he has more interest in pursuing basketball or any sport, would you want to still coach him?
Yeah, I would up to a certain point, you know.
Until the parents start making sense.
Yeah, then I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, no, I would definitely do it. I mean, it's just fun, you know, and even when, I mean, I guess it's fun at this age, you know. I guess when they get into junior high school and they start talking back and shit, then, you know, that might be a little different. But
I want to see you the white Coach Carter.
I get down. Look at that knot. Look at that knot. And they have no idea what the fuck I'm doing
Exactly.
because they've never seen the movie. Yeah.
You can't get a cruise. What would you do with a cruise?
I mean, funny enough, that's Crosby's son's name. But it was Timo Cruz. Wasn't it Timo?
I think so. I just remember him saying cruise.
Yeah. Cruz's, yeah. But that's funny. Cruz is Crosby's son's name.
But he can ball out.
Yeah, he's a little dog.
What were some of the good basketball movies? Like, do you have like a go-to basketball? Like, for me, for football, it's Remember the Titans all day.
Like, are you talking about like, well, I mean, He Got Game's one of my favorites, but that's a little different. Like, that's like He's it's a Spike Lee joint, number one, but then it's like he's like the best player in the country. But that's a really good one. I love He Got Game. There was a documentary that I remember watching when I was like 6. And that was way too early for me to be watching this documentary. But it was called Hoop Dreams. And it's about these 2 kids in Chicago. One who is like inner city kid. Parents don't have a lot. His dad ends up being like a drug addict and is in and out of his life. The other one, the parents are pretty well off. Not well off, but middle class. And they both end up going to this school. Arthur G. and William Gates, I think is his name. William Gates. No, that'd be Bill Gates. William. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, Arthur G. was one of them. But it's just a great documentary about these high school kids, and it follows them from their sophomore year to their senior year of high school in Chicago. And it's like the same high school that Isaiah Thomas went to. But that's another great one. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, I love He Got Game, man.
Of course, Coach Carter. Gotta watch that.
Coach Carter's good.
6 Man.
Six Man, yeah.
The Wayans Brothers?
Yeah, I love the 6 Man.
That was more of a comedy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of just like straight up.
Remember Crossover?
Yeah, God. That's fucking awful. Yeah, I think He Got Game's got to be the best. Above the Rim was cool.
Yeah. Joanna Man was good.
Joanna Man was actually pretty funny.
Like Mike, if you got kids, like Mike,
Yeah.
it's classic.
Steady Rock still does a scene from Joanna Man. I wonder if I could call him. You want me to call him right now?
Do you think?
Let's see if he
Only
picks.
if it's appropriate. Don't
Yeah.
get us canceled.
No.
Joanna Man was before its time.
Yeah. Let me call him because I don't want to do it because he does it perfectly.
If you're looking for basketball movies or if you want anything basketball, by the way, go look up all the And1 mixtapes,
Oh yeah.
all the tours. Check that out.
Come on, pick up.
I didn't know that Mark Jackson was the brother of Escalade for the longest time.
Come on. Wow. See, we're gonna find out who are
He's getting bars right now, isn't he?
lifting bars.
He's definitely like getting bars. It's wet outside.
This son of a bitch. Wow. All right.
Well, we tried Steady.
God, that could have been his big break too.
I can't wait for the Dog 'Em Out documentary to come out because I know I got footage of. Well, Casper got footage of Steady battling.
Oh, really? Oh,
Him missing losing.
thank God. Thank God.
Did he call back?
Yeah. Oh, look at this guy.
You might have to unplug it and plug it back in.
Hey, can you hear me? Oh, hold on a sec. Hold on.
Let's see.
Hey, can you hear me?
us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. We're just doing here. Get your ear across. Hey, we're sitting here doing a podcast. We're talking about basketball movies, and Dre brought up Joanna Man.
Classic.
Classic.
Can you do? I was gonna do the scene, and you know what I'm talking about when they're ordering. Can you just do that for me real quick?
Shit, I can't remember the whole thing. Is
1, 2, 3, 4.
it's about shrimp. It's about shrimp cocktail. What the hell got you crazy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7.
He was breaking up, but
Yeah, you were breaking up, but that was perfect. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
That was Tommy Davis that did that.
Tommy Davidson. Yeah,
Tommy Davidson. Oh, I'm gonna watch that tonight.
yeah. Okay. Hey, thank you. That's all I needed.
All right.
Peace.
I love that he answers flexing.
That's what. Anytime I FaceTime him, that's what he does. But yeah, Semi-Pro, also another really good basketball comedy.
Andre 3000 without the
Yeah.
flute.
That is all. Yeah. We're gonna find out what that's all about.
So I seen to kind of switch gears. Andre 3000 is dropping a flute album
Yeah.
tonight. 10 p.m. That's the cool thing about being on the West Coast, right?
Yeah.
We get it at 10 p.m. I don't know if I'll stay up and listen to it, but maybe I will.
Maybe it'll
Put you
me
to sleep.
Yeah.
Woo!
Mm-hmm.
The way that the GQ advertising with him with several different flutes, I tweeted this. I said, somebody's going to meme this thing out crazy. And
Yeah.
then I put something else.
Yeah. Something that's very inappropriate. Speaking of getting canceled.
What's your thoughts, man? We haven't seen Dre since Love Below. right?
Yeah, I mean, on his own, like he pops up, like he had the song with Killer Mike and
Kills the features.
yeah, and that's what kind of led to this. Remember when Killer Mike had said that shit on the interview, and then he walked it back a week later, just saying like, "Oh, I was high," and you knew he was just like, "I wasn't supposed to say anything."
What's the
I don't
predictions?
know if I'm ready for just an all flute experimental album. If I'm going to be honest with you,
Were we ready for Love Below though? Love Below was so different.
true, but
All pink everything.
I feel like you also felt Love Below coming. Like if do you want
Pause.
I mean, just off of Stankonia, even Stankonia, and then kind of that greatest hits that came out with the whole world. Dre was in a very different space in those. Like you could tell kind of the switch that was happening. So I don't like Love Below was different, but it wasn't like so far off to where it was like, what is this? Whereas this is just flutes.
Do we get different kind of flutes? Are we having big flute, little flute, different noise of flute?
How many different kind of flutes are there? Like
His looked like he carved all his shit.
yeah. Well, and you would see all those videos like the past 2 years of him just like walking in Atlanta playing a flute.
Yeah.
And you're like, is he okay? Is Andre like, do we need to get a GoFundMe but no, it's just how he is.
Does Kenny G get upset? I mean, he's clarinet,
Man.
but
Yeah. Two wind instrument, like a wind instrument beef.
does Lizzo get upset? She was the flute girl.
Yeah.
She started out with the flute.
I think Lizzo has other things to worry about.
She went quiet after
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
After that strip club incident.
Yeah.
We never really got no controversy from Three Stacks, but Outkast in general, right?
Yeah, and I think it helps that, and I don't know, they both seem like good human beings, but I think it helps that there wasn't like a ton of like internet back then.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw this stuff. I don't know. Did you see this stuff today? Again, we're recording this in November, and who knows where this goes, but the lawsuit that Cassie put out on Diddy, it's bad. Like,
Really?
It's bad. Like, talking about RAPE.
Oh, grapes.
Yeah, and trafficking and such.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't know. That just came out. Like I was reading about it like 2 hours ago.
Those are stiff allegations.
Yeah.
Oh, that is tough.
Yeah.
I told you that was one of my fears. Is those type of allegations.
Yeah.
Like you have
For you?
yeah, just in general. Like
Yeah. Okay.
If
Expand on that.
if Wonder is DJing at a wedding, you DJ the wedding, you pack up, you leave, you go home.
Yeah.
You wake up the next morning with tweets of Wonder touched me inappropriately.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Right? Totally not true, but
Yeah.
just the allegation, those optics alone look bad.
Awful. Yeah.
Right? In some people's eyes, because people only think for 5 seconds, you are a rapist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that is something that tarnishes somebody, even though it's not true.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the weird thing is like, I don't know what this Cassie and Diddy thing. And again, I only read a little bit of it. I didn't have a ton of time, but like, it's why would she come at him with that? So I don't know.
Because he's with that city girl.
You think that's it? I mean, she has a kid with someone else.
She was a city girl. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of weird because she hasn't been in the headlines anytime like lately.
Yeah.
And I mean, Diddy's been doing his thing. Maybe she's calling him a hypocrite. Maybe she's like, I heard that album,
that Love album,
and that ain't right. You ain't love. You're actually the devil.
Yeah. I didn't love that album. I mean, that came out the way it came out just now. I really didn't enjoy it. There we go.
Speaking of 2023 in music, what are some of did we have good music this year?
Yeah, but it wasn't in the year of our Lord 2023, aka the 50th birthday of hip hop. It was a letdown.
One of the worst years?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we got a month and some change left, but generally people don't drop in the fourth quarter this late.
We got Drake. We got 2 Drake albums.
Well, Scary Hours that comes out tonight is just like 3 songs. 3 or 4 songs.
The 21 album.
Yeah. Oh, I see what
You didn't like that?
No.
I thought the 21 album was cool.
It was. I don't think Drake has had a good album since what came out before Scorpion.
Not if you're reading this.
Honestly, I don't know if Drake has had a great album since Take Care.
I wouldn't argue. Well, Scorpion, like that first half of Scorpion. Is it the first half he was rapping?
Well, that's the thing with Scorpion. I thought it could have been a great album, but he was like, "Here, let me do 2 discs," which now doesn't even. No, it's not disc. You just stream. Nobody fucking. But it was like there was too many songs.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
He got me with that 8 to 10 though.
I mean, there's a lot of good ones on that, but like there's a lot of throwaways too.
Yeah.
You know.
I think the time too, like the whole Kanye push.
Yeah.
Yo wifey.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was a lot on that album that was just like like if you were following the story, you'd be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of throwaways.
Yeah. And even like the Michael Jackson one, I was like, damn, that should have been better.
That was The Weeknd. You know that, right?
What do you mean?
That was The Weeknd, the Michael Jackson joint.
What do you mean it was The Weeknd?
That was The Weeknd.
Singing?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Why does it say featuring Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson's really The Weeknd.
Oh. But going back to hip hop this year,
Khaled drop.
I loved Killer Mike's probably the best album, I think, the album of the year. And not to step on my end of the year pod that'll be coming out soon after this.
The Will Wonder podcast.
Yeah.
Which you follow.
Killer Mike for sure. I love Jack Harlow's album. It was different from him, you know, because I'd been listening to him for a while and I know what he can do. And it just kind of went people would say he went pop or whatever. Mm-hmm. But that last album was really good. And really no pop songs on there. But then once he like was really spitting, people were like, he's not doing pop. It's like, fuck, make up your mind.
Yeah.
I love that Mexican OT's album. I know I'm forgetting something. What am I forgetting, Dre?
Oh, West Side?
West Side's was good.
Different. I didn't really like the trap stuff on it.
Yeah.
I thought that was weird. But I'm not really, I don't know. I don't look at West Side like trap. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think he was just trying something.
Absolutely.
I'm forgetting something. Hold on. Let me look because I know there's something just sitting there and I can't remember. Damn, maybe not as I go through this.
I'm trying to think off the top of my head too.
The Nas album was cool.
He dropped 2 projects, didn't he?
Yeah, I wish they just would have done it to taken the best and put it together. Meek and Ross was cool, but if we're gonna be real, let's talk about Minute After Eight's album because that was really good. And I've told him that I'm supposed to interview him at some point. I just have to schedule it. That was a great project, and I told him this too. I had people that like listen to hip hop, never listen to local stuff, and like they'll give stuff a chance when I share it, and all of them got back to me like, "Wow, this is like really good."
Let's start from the beginning because Minute After Eight, he's a producer / artist here in Utah. Somebody that has been making music for a very long time. Same time that The Strangers were out, you know, Minute After Eight.
Yeah,
was
I didn't
around.
know that. Yeah, I talked to him about that too.
He drops a single, Time Zones, featuring C. Valente, Mo Deezy, which I had never heard of Mo Deezy, Just T, and it was co-produced by a guy by the name of Dante LaRae. When you first heard that single and when you hear an album's coming, like, what are you thinking?
When I heard the single, I was like, "Damn, this is really good." Was my thought when I heard it. It sounded more well put together than, and not to say that there aren't really good artists here. I was like, "This is great," but I just hope I want to hear more, because a lot of times it's like, here's the single, and then like there's never an album. And maybe that's just the way younger artists, or even like, not even just younger artists, but a lot of artists think now is like, why make a whole album? But for, you know, people 34 and older, I think it's important.
Even I'm tired of the long album though. Like I'm happy with 7 joints.
I need I need a good like 12.
Is that 12 with fillers though? Is that 12 with, interludes and skits?
I could go 10 and then they have a couple of interludes.
Okay, then we're on the same page. I'm talking about 7 solid songs. If you give me 2 or 3 different, skits or interludes or whatever, I'm happy with it.
Yeah. Yeah, because you get albums sometimes now where I talk about I want albums, but you get like 24 songs and it's just a bunch of trash.
The Chris Brown joints wasn't trash. Don't do that.
Bro, I feel like it's like, hey, I recorded 725 songs. We're going to whittle it down to 45 and we're going to let it go. But no, so back to Minute After 8. I had heard that and I was like, I really like this. I said, but I got to, wait and see what the rest of it sound like. If an album's even coming, because I don't remember when he released that single. Sometime in the summer, late summer.
Time Zones was like, I want to say August, maybe late July.
Okay.
I think.
So anyways, yeah, I thought, man, this is cool. And it just sounded different. It gave me like an Alchemist vibe, production-wise. And I love Alchemist. Even now, like, stuff Alchemist does now is so, like, trippy, stoner, very, very, almost too slow for me. But it gave me Alchemist vibes, like, probably like 3 to 4 or 5 years ago. But anyways, and then when the album came out, I was excited to listen to it because I had, heard the interview that you did with him, or 2 interviews rather, and it just really delivered. Like everything was good, and it made me want. This is selfish, but it made me want more too. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, I would love to hear him with this artist or hear him do this, which I know, either. Money is an issue, timing is an issue, or sometimes people just don't get along, which is fine. But man, the album was good.
Who was a standout? There was a lot of features. Who was a standout?
Spit. The song was Spit, where she was by herself. Me the whole time. That's really good. Everyone did a great job on that album, but that song in particular is like, it's just great.
There was a record, and I agree with you. I think Spit was the standout artist on the album. Mm-hmm. I would love to hear a solo project with them too.
Yeah.
I think Spit is very underrated, but at the same time, Spit, you don't give us enough content to really rate you. So we need more content.
I would love an album from her.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like just that little blurb that we got about her and her sexuality and being judged and coming out to her family. Yeah. Like, I want to hear that story. Yeah. I want to hear it. And she will give us like a reasonable doubt type of story, I feel like. Mm-hmm. And I feel like a producer that can help bring it out of her is Minute After 8.
Yeah. Yeah. I think everyone on that album did a great job, though. Sig was great on that song. C. Valente was good on everything. I don't know him, right? I've never talked to him, obviously followed him on socials or whatever, but I've always liked his stuff. And also, he seems very focused on working with the community, too, which I like. But, yeah, I think everyone on there did a great job.
Absolutely. Surprise to me, there was 2 artists that I had no idea about on that album. It was 2 guys, I think from the Bay Area, and they did a song, and the song was dope. There was a flip on it. I don't know if you hear it. There's a flip, and it happens, and she's like, well, tell me what your time's on, and then it flips into like a slower type beat, mm-hmm. almost like a UGK type of feel. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, that gave me chills. When he played that shit for me, I was like, oh my gosh, this shit's hard.
Yeah, I love the album. I've listened to it quite a few times since it came out.
Did you listen to K's album?
Not the newest one. I haven't yet.
So he had the newest EP. Yeah. With Clean on it. Yeah. That dude.
Because I heard Clean obviously when he put that out, but I haven't sat with his new EP. It's only 3 other songs though, correct? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And always Kid Poetic, but I always want to say Kid Poetic C.
Can you imagine if they ever do a mixtape together? That's what it's called.
I think Homeboy is half native too, so you never know. It could be his son. Just playing. What are your thoughts on looking at this past year? Right, obviously we're coming to the close of 2023, but looking at this past year on Utah creatively, maybe even just Utah creatively. We talked about Minute After 8 having a great album, K having a great album. Mm-hmm. But as a whole, how do you feel like our community is doing?
from where I sit, I feel like we're doing good, but we could do better. I mean, you can always do better, but I feel like, and again, this is from where I sit, because I'm not out and about all the time.
Neither am I.
Yeah.
We're fathers. We ain't supposed to be.
Yeah, hell no. But it just seems like more could be done. I mean, like how you brought up Spit, like, oh, we want an album from her. And maybe that's just not what they want to do. And I don't know, and I don't want to put that on anybody either. Be like, well, these people need to do more. Maybe it's just not what they want to do. They just do it for fun. But I feel like there has to be, in 2024, like I know for myself, there needs to be more focus on really growing. Like, you can always do more, right? And you can say you want to do more, but like, what are you really doing to make it happen? And I think so many people just spend time on social media acting like something's going on when really there's nothing, or they're really not trying to do anything. And I almost want to get to the point, like I use social media mainly, well, for two things: to amplify what I can, like, you know, again, like with Minute After 8, people saw me share that, and then they hit me up about it, not knowing who he was, or just advertising my own stuff. I would love to get to the point where I don't even have to do that shit no more, you know. But in order to do that, I need to take the necessary steps to like grow my brand and what I'm doing. And the hard part is when this doesn't bring in revenue. Is continuously saying, I'm going to put more time into this than I do anything else. And I think that goes back to like some people, like, and I hate to bring up Spit again, but maybe this is just the facts or not. And many artists, like, it doesn't bring in that money. So like, do they really want it? Maybe they had a dream of this as a kid, but now it's just kind of something they can do rather than something that they truly want to do. And I think in 2024, what needs to be done is just weeding out this is cool, this is fun, to no, this is what I want to do. And for me, I really want to be able to do that, but then also focus my energy on people that are in that same lane. And, you know, not taking shots at anybody, but there's tons of people that just kind of do this, you know, and I
go through the motions.
Yeah. And also, you know, I can call myself out for that too. Cause sometimes I'll put out an episode and I'll be like, well, I just put this together. I need to have things more thought out, and I need to make things feel like more of an event to really get people to want to, you know, listen to it or whatever. So maybe that means something different for my podcast, to where I'm not putting out something every week, because that also gets draining too. You know, like, oh, okay, it's July 22nd, no NBA, no NFL. I don't have a interview lined up. How do I put something out that makes sense? So maybe in 2024, it's revamping my podcast into something that is different, you know? Because I do love doing this, and I want this to be my career. I just have to get better at it. Now, what that looks like right now, November 16th, I don't know, but I got to figure that shit out quick, because we're almost in 2024.
Yeah, I echo everything you said. I was just having this conversation with Chino for real. I was
Chino.
I was
Primo.
You know what's funny?
I got Chino for real stories.
I was telling him he was an old ass man.
Well,
old ass
he's
man,
getting
40s.
Yeah, is he 40s?
Yeah, man.
Okay, yeah. I guess he's just a little bit older than me.
I want to say he's like 42. I think he said. But I was talking to him, and I was like,
you can't trust these rappers.
I was like, I feel like I was telling a couple people this. I was like, I'm at the point where, for myself, it's like, what's the next move?
Yeah.
Like, what's the next move? And it's hard. Like, is the next move getting a manager? Is it trying to get with an agency? Is it putting more money that I don't have?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is it going and putting more effort into DJing to get the money to put towards what the true passion is?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like that's something that we all as creatives should ask ourselves and not be scared to pivot.
Yeah.
Not be scared to try something new.
Yep.
Not be scared to believe in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because, man, I need to practice what I preach, man. I tell a lot of these artists, I'm like, yo, you can't have step. I told Bobby, I said, hey, Bobby, if you battle in 2024, you can't have step. You got to go all the way in because your ass will get eaten up. You see one rookie year, Spades.
Yeah.
You see how well he's doing. There's rookies out here doing this thing.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. It's like you have to be all in on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you do that? How do you bite the bullet, not be scared? Maybe you get scared. Maybe scared is okay. Maybe being nervous is healthy. But finding that next move, that's kind of like 2024.
Yeah. And they also, they always say make your next move your best move. But like I really feel that right now. Because number one, I'm not getting younger. I talked earlier about how my fucking back went out on me. Yeah. My son, it just seems like all of a sudden he's this age to where I'm coaching him in basketball, where it just seems like yesterday he was just like having blowouts up his diaper. So that also plays a factor into it too, where like I really want to do this, but I need to take a step back and figure out exactly what it is, what I'm going to do. Because I don't want to be doing this in another 5 years and being like, okay, now let me see what I can do in the same position. I just can't.
We're in the rapper phase where the rapper ain't making no money. They've already went through all the local venues.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah. I mean, see, that's why the Strangers really ended it, because we played everywhere for everyone, and then we're like, all right.
We're going to EDM.
Especially in 2011, yeah.
How about we jump into 2 truths, 1 cap?
Mm-hmm.
It is a freezing December day. Your coffee's brewing. You're trying to stay warm. You can smell the holiday scents in the house. Grab your coffee, grab your hot cocoa, grab your beverage of choice, and I'll bring the stories. Hi, I'm DreRawka, and this is 12 Days of Podsmas. We'll be talking to some of your favorite people, getting to know what their childhood Christmas was like and what they're doing today.
Listen daily with my dad and his friends for 12 Days of Christmas. Only here on Unrestricted.
First one's going to be easy, Dre.
Lay up.
We're just going to warm up, okay? 2 truths, 2 facts, 1 cap.
Boom.
Okay. And some of these we've already talked about. So, my favorite seasonal holiday beer is Red Rocks Griswold.
True.
I love Christmas music.
False.
My favorite Christmas song is Christmas in Hollis by Run DMC.
That's the truth.
There you go. So those 2 truths and the 1 false was I love Christmas music.
Did Santos ever get mad at you about last year?
I don't know if he ever watched it, even though we had a reel about it.
Yeah, he's seen it. He
Yeah.
definitely give you the Arthur fist.
All right, next one. Okay. When I was a kid, my mom always made cinnamon rolls on Christmas morning. The first gaming system I ever got as a Christmas gift was a Sega Genesis. And one year I re-gifted a gift that I had received that morning to a friend later Christmas Day.
I feel like the last one has to be the cap, because I feel like your mom probably was, you talk about the potatoes, so I'm assuming that she probably made the cinnamon rolls too, maybe. I don't know. Sega Genesis, I feel like it's a little too late. I feel like you would have had a Super Nintendo before then, but was it for Christmas?
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay, so I think the cap is the last one. You were re-gifted.
No, that is true.
Damn, you're a scumbag.
My mom actually didn't make cinnamon rolls in the morning on Christmas. I threw that in there because she does love to cook, but she didn't do that Christmas morning. Oftentimes, and I think if you remember this from last year when we did the Christmas episode, or the 12 Days of Podsmas, Jesus. My mom would come down the steps. Like, my grandma was there. My grandma would come in, right, from St. Louis. My dad would be down there with the video camera, all excited. I would come down, and then my mom would be the last one to come down. And I used to always think, like, man, mom's just not excited for Christmas, right? But when you now as an adult, when you think about it, Mom was probably helping Santa wrap those presents and get them under the tree really, really late, and then having to wake up really, really early. Mom was probably tired. But yeah, no, she didn't.
To Mom.
Yeah, she's a great woman. Just turned 70.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Do you still have that footage? Do you still have like home videos?
Somewhere, yeah. Yeah, it's somewhere.
You should convert it.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
That could be content for the summer.
Yeah.
You know, talking about old, like when what was you that slapped Daniel?
We play the Ric Flair. Yeah. Yeah.
Like go through footage and be like, yo,
Yeah.
this was this time of the year. This is
Yeah.
what it means now. You know, this is what I was thinking then.
Yeah.
I don't know, just another
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
you can do.
For sure. The next, and then the regift thing, it just was what it was. But here was the deal.
What was it?
It was like, I don't even really know how, like, remember when, what were they called? The blankets that you'd like wear. Snuggie. It was like a knockoff Snuggie. And so I had
Wubby.
maybe, I don't remember what. But like the reason I didn't have a gift, and I'm not even going to say it, if they watch this, they're going to know. But the reason I didn't have a gift for that friend was because we never got gifts. Like I'd known this person for a long time. And then all of a sudden, like, hey, I'm gonna drop off your gift, and I think it was because this person got a girlfriend and like became, and I was like, what? Yeah, I'm come through. All right, cool, man. Yeah, I got yours too. And I was like, fuck. Well, definitely don't want this.
The sneak present drop off is super underrated. And the reason why I say that is because you should be ready.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be ready. Like, especially if people are like, I'm coming over. You expect people to come over your house.
Man.
You need to have just like the Mr. Potato Head, the Chia Pet.
Yeah.
All the Rite Aid gifts.
Yeah,
Everything
exactly.
that you see at Rite Aid, give a couple.
Our first Christmas living in this house was this last year because we moved in the very, very end of 2021. And so we didn't have to deal with Christmas at this house. And then this Christmas, it was like people showing up with gifts and just all kinds of gifts, our neighbors. And I'm like, oh, yeah, we'll bring yours by later. So then you got to go. And, so luckily now we know.
At least have some like peanut brittle or something. You gotta have some Chex Mix or something.
I know. But then we got the one neighbors that are like, here's some wine. And it's like, God, that's a great gift.
What about the new neighbor? You expect Mr. Halloween, what's the Native American demon?
God, what was that called? Now my mind just went blank.
Paloma something?
That's the drink I like.
What was it? It was something with a P, wasn't it? Pixies?
Damn, what was it called?
Policies?
No. You see, you doing this doesn't help. Wendigo.
I was way off.
Yeah, you were way off. I'm sure they're gonna have something. Actually, no, they were there last year on Christmas, so yeah. Oh. But I have another new neighbor, super young couple, and I don't know, but you just got to be prepared.
Yep.
So it's like, God, I want to just be like, I just want to tell them I'm like Jehovah's Witness.
Are you? Did you get wife her jellyfish lights? Still?
No, I didn't, Dre.
What are the two truths? What would you call it? Two
facts, one cap.
Two truths, one. No, what'd you say?
I said 2 facts, 1 cap. Dre, you listening to me? I'm right here. I'm almost, I'm 37. I'm trying to stay cool with the kids. 2 facts, 1 cap. All right. Next one.
You need another W on you.
I know. That's what I thought. Like maybe like an arm like over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tried to have a whole theme, but thanks for calling that out. All right. My son woke up at 3 a.m. last Christmas. When I was 21, I forgot to get my mom a Christmas gift and didn't realize until Christmas Eve night.
Oh, dirtbag.
One of the coolest gifts I got as a kid was a 1996 through 1997 NBA Fleer metal box set from my dad that I still have today.
Is that cards?
Yes. 96, 97 is Kobe Bryant, Allen Iverson, rookie year.
I feel like you've been responsible your whole life, somewhat. I mean, you were on student council. You were part of the government in school.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like you'll miss mom. I feel like you would always take care of moms. And I feel like you being a card lover and you've been that way your whole life, and your dad knowing, I feel like dad's Superman. He come through and get you the wild card. So I think the first one is the cap.
That's right. I'm glad you didn't say you thought that one was real. Can you imagine not getting your mom a gift? You know what I mean?
Oh man.
All right, last one. This is all.
I mean, I didn't grow up with my mom.
I know. God, see, when it came out, the words came out of my mouth, and I was like, "Fudge, come back."
I haven't got my mom a gift in 34 years.
Yeah, I know, Dre. Okay, well, this one is all about jerseys.
All right.
Pro sports teams jerseys.
Like pump jersey, or like hip hop hooray ho jersey, or
No.
it's the return of the Holy One.
Neither
return
one,
of
no, like a jersey you wear.
Oh, okay.
Relax.
My bad.
The first NFL jerseys I ever got for Christmas were a Charles Woodson
That's the cap.
Oakland Raiders jersey and a Vikings Randy Moss in 1999. The first NBA jersey I ever got for Christmas was a Shaquille O'Neal Magic jersey in 1993. The first Major League Baseball jersey I ever got for Christmas was a St. Louis Cardinals Ozzie Smith in 1991.
Well, you're a big Cardinals fan. I feel like your family always loves you. Your family loves you. Both dad and mom love
As
you.
they should. I'm a good kid.
And
Son. I'm not a kid anymore.
I think for some reason I feel like the Orlando Magic is the cap. I feel like that's kind of the cap.
Ooh, am I trying to?
Yeah, I feel like you're trying to persuade me the other way.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with my gut and tell me that you didn't really get an Orlando jersey on Christmas. I think that's the cap.
No, it's actually the Cardinal jersey is the cap. Oh. Yeah. So my first Cardinals jersey was Mark McGwire in like 97, I think it was. So, yeah. Oddly enough, though, I wasn't a Commanders / football team / whatever you want to call them fan as a kid. So, yes, my first football jerseys were Charles Woodson, Oakland Raiders, and Randy Moss, Minnesota Vikings. And, yes, Shaq was my first NBA jersey in 93.
You got it on Christmas.
Yeah. My dad has the picture somewhere of like, because they put it in like some big box, you know, so I just wouldn't know what it was. And me opening the box being like, yeah.
Shaq.
Yeah.
What year was that?
93.
93. Is that rookie year? No.
No, 92. So this would have been like Christmas 93.
Wow.
So it would have been his second year.
Damn.
Yeah.
You still got it?
The jersey?
Yeah.
Nah. I don't know what I did with it. I mean, that'd be cool, but it would have been like, you know, it was those jerseys where it was like you washed it a couple times and like the paint starts to crack, right?
Yeah.
So
knowing what you know now about like collectibles and stuff, are you like holding on to some of your son's stuff?
Some of it, yeah. But also now everything is so cheap. Like it was a trip. So we opened up this bin. I think I might have told you this before, but opened up this bin of just like old toys my dad had saved, right? And some of them were like McDonald's toys that like were still in the packaging, but they were like heavy. Like the toys were like made out of real shit.
Yep.
And now when my son goes to McDonald's, it's like, what is this?
Yeah.
You know?
It's a piece of plastic they stamp.
Yeah, exactly.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, let's jump into One Must Go. Okay? I'm going to give you 3 different categories. Movies, food, and decor. All holiday theme. Christmas. For movies, you have to pick one to go. Okay? Home Alone, Christmas Vacation, A Christmas Story, or Elf.
Elf.
You can get it out of here?
Yeah, those other ones are so classic. And like, I love Will Ferrell, so I can like watch him in other movies. That might be my least favorite Will Ferrell movie, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I just think it's like over. Well, I just like the classics.
Yeah.
You know?
Some people, Elf is a classic. I mean, it's over. Well, it's 20 years this year, I think. It came in 03, I think.
Yeah. That's kind of weird to think about, Yeah. Like you talk about like, oh, my car, you know, my car now is like, what is it, a 2017? And I'm like, it's not that old. And I'm like, well, come think about it.
Yeah.
It's getting there, you know? Yeah, but no, I just don't like Elf. I think he like. If I'm gonna be real, I didn't like the movie when it came out, and I don't like it now.
Damn. All right.
That was easy.
Elf, get Elf out of here.
Yeah, get the F out of here.
All right. Food: ham, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, or dressing. And I try to think about what's kind of the common thing on the dinner table during this time.
Probably dressing. I love mac and cheese.
I love me some dressing.
I need a protein on there with the ham, and I love mashed potatoes. Yeah.
I hear your mom make some good ones.
Yeah.
I messed up some mashed potatoes recently.
How?
Oh, dog, I put too much milk.
Oh.
Dog,
so it was like soup?
Oh man, it was like a porridge.
Oh.
Yeah. Or grits.
Yeah.
It was awful. And so I tell my wife, I'm like, and it's, it was after work, so it's kind of later. And so I tell wifey, I was like, I can boil some more potatoes, but it's going to be a little bit longer. Yeah. And she was like, well, don't we have some instant up there? I was like, oh, we do have some instant potatoes. Yeah. So I poured some of the instant potatoes to thicken it up.
I'm sure it worked out just fine, huh?
I mean, it thickened up.
Yeah.
But it was still nasty.
Yeah.
I had to eat it though.
Don't you hate that, like after work and like you cook and like you mess something up when you're cooking it and it's like 7, you're like, God damn it.
Can't do nothing else. Everything else is frozen.
Yeah.
Unless you want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah. Sometimes that's how it's got to be.
Yeah.
Or if there's some ramen in the cupboard, you're like, all right.
Oh, my wife is on a ramen kick. That's her thing.
Mine is too. Like the cheap like ramen when we had no money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like oodles and noodles. She's eating it up. Yeah. I'm like, damn. She's like, I think, to be honest with you, I think it's the sriracha. I think she's just.
Oh, yeah. No, mine she's just eating it that way.
Did she doctor it up?
No.
She don't throw no egg in it or anything?
No, I'm like, no, just like I said, like when you're broke, I'm like, I know we're not out here, we don't got 7 cars, but golly, I appreciate this.
Yo, your wife out here making you feel bad. Nah, that's funny. All right, last one here. Decor. Lights.
It can all go. Just no, go ahead. Sorry.
Asshole. Lights, music, or snow activities.
I think.
Like the making a snowman.
Yeah.
Snowball fights. Breaking your back, shoveling the snow.
Yeah. I know. My son really does enjoy playing in the snow, so that's kind of fun doing that with him. I don't put up lights like on the house, again.
We can change that.
When my wife wants the jellyfish or whatever they're called. We put them up in the tree out in front though, right?
Oh, like in the yard?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you do any inflatables?
We had a Harry Potter one. That was like a Christmas Harry Potter.
Oh, okay. Lights, music, or holiday snow activities? I thought this would be really easy for you.
This is the thing about Christmas music, and I know you did think this was going to be easy. I like Christmas music on the 24th and 25th. It just makes me feel happy.
Yeah.
But when I got to hear it, I mean, there were sometimes you can hear it before Halloween's over with.
Yeah.
And then they'll try to squeeze it out through the new year. And it's like, this doesn't.
Well, you say there. Are you talking about the radio?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
They. Your people.
I'm going to have a blast editing that.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, how do you feel about black people? Your people.
And then me just laughing. I'm going to say lights. I think they're cool to look at, but it's so much work. Like some of them houses that like do like, the whole yard, they do the house done up. It goes to music. It's a lot.
So you need to get the jellyfish, like your wife said.
I know. Well, another 4 years eating ramen, we can get them.
I like it. Man, I thought for sure you're going to say get music out of here.
I'm telling you, the 2 days, Christmas Eve, maybe even the 23rd, because 23rd usually you're off work a little bit earlier. And so it's like, okay, we can start playing it now through Christmas, but then I don't want to hear it after that.
I feel you.
Sleigh bells ain't ring ching tingling.
It's naughty or nice. Okay, I'm going to give you some names, and you have to tell me if they're on the nice list or the naughty list.
Okay.
For whatever, and that can be up for interpretation.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Number 1, Kanye West.
Oh, he's on the naughty list.
Was Kanye quiet in 2023 or was he loud?
I mean, it all blurs. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know I don't know. I don't remember the last thing. I mean, there was that video that came out where he was saying that was he saying Cardi was a plant, an industry plant? I don't know, man. Kanye's just...
Oh, and then he was wilding out in Paris on the boat.
Yeah, he was getting...
With his cheeks out.
Sloppy toppy. Mm-hmm. That's weird, too.
That is weird.
Yeah. That whole thing was weird. I'm going to say naughty. Man, I do. I know it's oversaid, but I really do miss the old Kanye.
All right, Kanye. You ended
and
up
I blame him. Okay. Let me get this out, too.
Go ahead.
Okay. I can't watch football. I can't watch a Kansas City Chiefs game. Not that I just love watching the Chiefs. I can't watch a Chiefs game without them talking about Taylor Swift. And I do blame him. And blame is my version of this for her just beginning to just be like the biggest star in music for what he did to her.
She was the victim.
Yeah.
We want to help the victim.
Exactly. God, I mean, okay. Naughty list.
Kanye West on the naughty list. Stamp it. All right. Draymond Green.
Yeah, he's probably on the naughty list too. Starting back to last year where he punched Jordan Poole. Now we know Jordan Poole, a lot of those guys on the team, turns out some of them didn't really like him after he got his contract. And for just almost choking out old Rudy Gobert, he was sticking up for his team, but I also feel like he hates Rudy, like a lot of guys do, in the league. So he took that as I'm going to give him a little extra, sleeper hold, like the $1 Million Dream, Ted DiBiase type of stuff. So, yeah, he's on the naughty list. And it's such a weird thing with Draymond because I feel like Golden State can't win with him, or without him, rather. But it's almost to the point where they're not going to be able to win with him either because he's going to do some stupid shit like this.
Yeah. I was really confused on why Rudy just laid there. Why did you turn around?
Bro, you've been taking these boxing classes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you look awkward doing it, but you should be able to hit him.
At least take him to the ground.
Yeah. What are they going to do if you do something back? You're going to get suspended, whatever, but you can't go out like that, bro.
You defended yourself.
Yeah.
It was wild though. The memes have been crazy.
And how tight Draymond had him, and then just he had his mouth by his head is Draymond's got a screw loose, bro.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what Cameron and May say about this. I haven't watched it yet. So. Yeah. All right, Draymond, you're on the naughty list too. All right, the NFL as a whole.
I'm going to say this year they're on the naughty list. There's been a lot of trash games and bad football in prime time spots. Mm-hmm. We've had to watch so many Jets games because Aaron Rodgers was supposed to be a savior, and his old ass popped his Achilles, the first 3 plays, and now he's supposed to come back. I don't know, neither here nor there. So we've had to see the Jets a lot. We've had to watch the Raiders a lot, who suck. Mm-hmm. There was a Thursday night game, Bears-Panthers. I would have rather just went to bed and watched that. There's been just a lot of bad football. And the good football, well, Taylor Swift's up in the in the box, and we get to see her. It's either that or it's Philadelphia, and I hate Philadelphia. So they're on my naughty list. Has nothing to do with my team either. My team can be trash all they want because I know lots of people are like, you got a Washington Commanders hat on. What are you talking about? I know. But it's I enjoy watching sports even when it's not my team. It has been some bad football this year.
Yeah, man. I haven't caught no games. There's no games where I'm super excited about it.
Yeah. I don't know if there's going to be.
College has been lit.
College has been fun.
Oh, so fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Well, it's always fun for you when your team does well, too.
Oh, they're killing it right now.
Yeah. What is Bo Nix is 32?
Yeah.
Years old?
Pretty much. All right. General podcasts. So not speaking specifically to regional, but just general. Our podcast on the naughty or the nice list.
I mean, probably on for me on the nice list. That's how I get a lot of my entertainment is just listening to them while I work. Yeah, I've even gotten to the point where sometimes I'm listening to them while I work out, depending on what kind of workout I'm doing. So yeah, nice. I mean, like anything, there's a lot to choose from, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. So I'll say nice.
Awesome. The United States.
The United States probably always on the naughty list. I don't know if there's anything you can do to get off that for them. For us, we are the United States.
That's funny.
Yeah. I mean, it's just I don't know if we're as divided as we were a few years back, but we're for sure divided. And some of the officials we elect that are just batshit crazy, stupid human beings just reflects as a whole on us. So, yeah, I'll put us on the naughty list.
Although I gotta agree with the senator that wanted to pop homeboy in the face. He's like, you said anytime, any day, anywhere.
I did like that.
Come on, let's go. You said it.
We're two consenting adults, and he stands up, and they're like, sit down. God, sit down.
Birdie about to have a heart attack. Sit down. I think mutual combat should be approved in all states. Because I think it's only in Texas and Hawaii where mutual combat is sanctioned. Yeah.
I mean, that'd be cool. But what if someone if someone's like, I challenge you to mutual combat.
And there's a cop there, and I agree, we can get it on.
But what if you say no?
Then it's not mutual.
Well, I know, but then people can be like, oh, man,
Dre's
a pussy. He didn't agree to mutual combat.
Look at this Birdie Sanders looking motherfucker.
You got your legs folded.
Yeah. I just don't want to fight.
Yeah. He's a peaceful human being. I don't know. What do you want from him?
Jada Pinkett Smith.
Oh, naughty. Get her out of here. No. I don't want to. No, I can't. I can't with almost as bad as Taylor Swift. In that we had to hear about. Well, Taylor's definitely overran that to where we're still hearing about her. Jada Pinkett was just like we heard about her while that book run was starting up. But I don't know. There's just so much stuff that came out where it was like Will and I haven't been together in 6 years. Well, you made him kill his career in front of all these people. And
we can't end the note with emancipation though. Like we need to something else.
Well, Bad Boys 4 is coming out.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can end on Bad Boys 4, but not Emancipation Proclamation.
And then I don't know. Yeah, naughty. I mean, she smashed what's his name?
Tupac.
Well, yes, but more recently.
I keep on wanting to say Trey Songz, but
I mean, it was
August Alsina.
August Alsina, and that poor kid's all messed up apparently, right? Yeah, it's just like get her out of here, man. And that may be hateful. That may be a hateful thing to say, but I just don't like her. Like I don't know her personally, but like the stuff she puts out, so she's on the naughty list.
Yeah, she needs to get a blue table, not a red table.
Yeah, no table would be better. Just go on about your business.
The Orlando Magic.
This year so far, they're on the nice list.
You guys making the right moves?
Yeah. They've built that team, got a lot of really good young players. They're over 500 right now, you know. Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner, Mo Wagner, the Wagner brothers. They're German. They're on the team. Anthony
like a
Black.
tire shop.
Yeah. Welcome to Wagner Brothers.
Got your best tires.
Yeah.
You need Polaris? We got you.
They have assets to trade when that time comes. Joe Ingles is that veteran that they need.
What happened? Was he on Milwaukee?
He was. It was only a 1 year thing. When he got traded there.
He was on Portland for a hot second too.
But yeah, they're on the nice list right now. That very well could change later in the year, but I think they'll be a strong play-in team.
Let me talk to you. L.A. Knight.
No. I mean, he's got to be on the nice list. I don't know. I hope his star isn't fading after just losing the Roman, right? hopefully they have more planned for him. But I think ultimately the plan is Cody Roman. So what happens to LA Knight, you know?
Yeah, man.
And plus, he's like in his 40s.
But still, like, if you got Ray as a U.S. champion,
Well,
LA Knight's got to have.
Well, yeah, he can have something, but like that champion, like that heavyweight, you know, universal, undisputed, whatever they're going to call it next year. What just happened there?
Uh-oh. I don't know. I'll probably run out of time.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say nice list right now for LA Knight.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we just got the wrap-up code from the memory card. Wonder Man, thank you for being a part of Podsmas.
Yes, thank you.
You're not your favorite holiday.
Technically not my favorite, but I don't mind it. Okay.
What's the socials, man? Where can we check out the Will Wonder Pod?
The Will Wonder Pod on YouTube, the Will Wonder Pod on Instagram, the Will Wonder Pod on Threads, DJ Will Wonder on X.
Did we hit goal with YouTube?
Yes, 100 subscribers before the end of the year. We hit that. I have some plans for how we're going to wrap up the year on YouTube. And but yeah, we hit the 100 subscribers. So
I was thinking too, as we wrap this thing up, hopefully we still have audio. I wish with the MCs, right? We're very much hip hop based, right? In Utah, they have a competition.
yeah,
They have a way to compete. If they wanted to do rankings, they could. But podcasters, we don't have that. How do we find competitiveness in podcasting?
I think that's a very good question. I think that really you're only competing. This sounds corny, but you're only really competing with yourself.
Not the answers I wanted, Wonder.
Well, because we're all in a different lane.
I know.
You know, because you can't be like, oh, Macon has the best podcast out here, and it's like, well, for what he does, maybe he does.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
But that's my thing. Is like the rap battlers. There's literally a win and a loss, right?
Yeah.
So,
But they're doing the same thing, right?
oh, that's true.
They're rapping and they're battling.
We're having conversations.
It's true.
Creating content.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. We have to figure it out. We're gonna think tank it.
Yeah.
Make sure you go subscribe to the YouTube channel for Will Wonder. Go check out the Will Wonder podcast. One of my favorite podcasts, man. You know I'm always in your corner, brother. And I'm excited for 2024 for you.
Yes.
We did the one live event, knocked it out the park. I'm excited for the next one.
Yeah.
Let's keep elevating. And thank you so much for clicking play. If you want to get a t-shirt, a hoodie, whatever it is, you can find all this merch on the website, allrock.com, ALLRAWK.com. Follow me on Instagram at DreRawka, DreRawka. You already know how we end this. Have the day you deserve. Always protect your light. Merry Christmas to all. A good night.
Peace.
Peace.